video, we're doing the same thing, solving absolute value equations, but before we can actually start solving the equation, we have to get the absolute value itself by itself, all right? So, in the last case, the last video, we were able to break it into the two scenarios if the right side was equal to a positive number. But before we can do that, we actually have to get this piece by itself, all right? So all we have to do in this one is just subtract 3 from both sides, and we'll get the absolute value of x minus 4 is equal to positive 7. All right? Now that the absolute value is by itself, now we can break it into those two cases. The case where x minus 4 is equal to 7, and the case where x minus 4 is equal to negative 7. And then we'll just solve these two. Add 4 to both sides, and you'll get positive 11. Add 4 to both sides, and you'll get negative 3. All right, and these two solutions will work for the original equation. All right, let's look at this one. All right, so we got to get this absolute value part by itself, which means I've got to get rid of this 5 and this negative sign. All right, so we'll start by adding 5 to both sides. Okay, and that'll give us the negative absolute value of 4x is equal to, negative 9 plus 5 is equal to negative 4. All right, it looks like, the right side's negative, so there's going to be no solutions. But we still get to divide. We have to get rid of this negative sign. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 1. Divide by negative 1. All right, that way these two negatives can cancel, just leaving us with the absolute value of 4x is equal to negative 4 divided by negative 1 is positive 4. All right. Now you would break it up into your two cases, 4x equals 4, and the other one being 4x equal negative 4. I think the answers here are pretty straightforward. You just divide by 4, and you'll get x equals 1, and x equals negative 1. All right? So again, before we could break it up into the two scenarios, you have to isolate. You have to get that absolute value thing by itself. All right? Last example here. All right. Let's see. We got multiplication by 3 and addition by 8. So we'll get rid of the 8 first. All right. That'll give us a 3 absolute value of negative 4x plus 6 equals 21. Then we will divide both sides by 3. Okay, that'll give us absolute value of negative 4x plus 6 equals 7. And now we can break it up into our two cases. Okay. Oh, I wrote that too low. We could have negative 4x plus 6 equals positive 7. Or we could also have negative 4x plus 6 equals negative 7. All right. Subtract 6 from both sides. Subtract 6 from both sides. This will give us negative 4x equals positive 1 over here. Over here, it's going to give us negative 4x equals negative 13. And then we will divide both sides by negative 4. Okay, negative 4, negative 4. Over here, we'll do the same thing. All right, and then our answers, x equals negative 1/4. And over here, we'll have x equals positive 13 over 4. Okay, hope that's good for now.